I do want to welcome the bill, which transfers many of the functions under the other Radiological Protection Acts onto to one minister. The Act deals with nuclear safety in this state, but it does not deal with the threat posed by nuclear power plants in close proximity to the state. The most concerning of these is the plant at the Windscale in Northumberland. Today it's called Sellafield, in an attempt to bury the bad memories of the 1950s, when the reactor there went on fire and emitted radioactive particles into the atmosphere for weeks. The emission of radioactive material from these plants does not just affect the state in which it happens. As we saw with Chernobyl in the 1980s, we are all at the mercy of the winds once material is leaked into the atmosphere. And Sellafield houses the nuclear waste left over from power generations in massive cooling pools located in the Northumberland coast on the Irish Sea. It's also accepting nuclear waste from outside Britain. The plant itself is decaying fast, yet it is still accepting waste. Have you raised the concerns either with the British government, the EU or the IAEA about the poor state of Sellafield and the continued acceptance of waste? There are plans to build the first new nuclear plant in 20 years at Hinkley Point, but there's absolutely no consultation with the Irish government when these plans were drawn up. In the end, An Taisce had to take them to court, and France and Germany also took cases against them. So the attitude of this government towards the danger posed by nuclear plants in Britain seems to be very lax. What will happen when Britain is outside of the EU and we cannot rely on the European courts or to pressure from our European neighbours? There are also reports that sites in the north may be used to store some of the nuclear waste that storage sites like Sellafield can no longer hold. So can you give us an update on what you know in this regard? And also, can you give an assurance that the Irish government is determined to keep this island nuclear free?